Nowadays, gaming could be pretty overwhelming. Either it's some grand release that begs you for your money, or it's some free-to-play game that harasses you for your money, like a loan shark asking for their money back. I know for one, I'm burnt out when it comes to modern gaming, or at least I was burnt out when it came to modern gaming, only because these games ask for a lot and it feels like there's a new release every week. And to be honest, all of this makes me feel guilty in some kind of way. Now, I know that sounds kind of corny or lame, but hear me out. Since I was a kid, I've always loved games. I grew up in a house where gaming was allowed, but it wasn't really accepted. With that, there was no way my parents were ever buying me a game outside of like Christmas and a birthday. Actually, just Christmas, birthday, no. This means that since then, I kind of put money together whenever I get money. Now that I'm an adult, it's a paycheck, but back then it was like scrapping coins or shoveling snow or something. I would put this money together and I would go to GameStop or anywhere they sold games and I would buy games. That usually meant whatever game was popular and was a game my friends were playing, or maybe something I saw on like YouTube, like Machinima or something. And this kind of led to like my adult life. I still buy games like this now. Whatever expendable money I have left over, I go and I look at games and I buy whatever I'm interested in. But what happens when every game looks interesting? Especially as someone who loves games as much as I do. You could kind of see why I'm overwhelmed. Since that's the case, recently I've been trying to tone down on newer games I've been playing and try to play older games. The problem is the market. Now, as you can see behind me in these shelves, I love physical media. I've been a collector since I started playing games. And it's not just games, it's movies, music, anything that's physical, consoles, anything I could get my hands on. I love the idea of owning something and being able to use it whenever you want without anyone telling you or having to pay a subscription for it. But like many hobbies right now, that's being ruined by a group of people. Scalpers, I'm looking at you. But it's not just scalpers, it's also corporations. Corporations trying to monetize the retro feeling, the nostalgia feeling, and getting us back to playing these games without really giving us the chance to do it. So with modern gaming being a little too much and retro gaming being unobtainable, I was ready to kind of just hang up the boots and move on to something else. But that is until I found this little guy. This is the Retroid Pocket 5. It's a small handheld device that you could play games from the Play Store, or you could emulate games. For the price of what Pokemon Gale of Darkness goes for on the aftermarket, you could get a small device like this that could play that and more. This little device could play anything from the Switch down, meaning you could take handheld games on the go again, or you could even take your PlayStation games, GameCube games, Nintendo 64 games on the go. It's small enough to fit in your fanny pack so you could take it out with you, and it also has pass-through to allow you to play it on a TV. I think my favorite way to play this is right before bed, or honestly in my car if I'm waiting while it charges or for me to do something. I just kind of pull this thing out rather than my phone and get some levels in or try to get some achievements done. That's one of the biggest things. I use this whenever I'm out more than my phone sometimes. Just the idea of having it and I could play, I don't know, Silent Hill 2 in a car or something is just super cool to me. Now this device is pretty cool and to be honest, pretty easy to use. You could download emulators from the Play Store, or if they're not on the Play Store, you could use the Chrome app and download them straight from like a PKG file online. When it comes to games, you could pretty much do the same. Granted, you need to sail the seas, if you get what I'm saying. But if you're not cool with doing that and you do have the game physically, you could just download it by like dropping it if you have a disk drive. There's also something really cool called Emulation Station. I'm gonna show it here. It's kind of like a streamlined app where it kind of makes it look like a console. You can have it look like a PlayStation or like a Switch. I like this, it's pretty cool, but if you don't want to go through the process of having that, you could just scroll and find the app and open it. Emulation Station is probably what took the longest to set up. It was a little frustrating, but to be honest, you could just look up a video. I recommend Ryan Retro. He focuses on Retroid devices like this, and he has a pretty good setup guide on how to do it. If you're not tech savvy, that's like the only warning I have to give for this. It is a little frustrating to deal with, but anyone could do it with a little bit of studying. All right, everybody, so we are here in the device. I just wanted to show you guys Emulation Station. As you could see, I hope you guys like my background. I'm getting attacked by slimes. But that's besides the point. Let's get into Emulation Station. So here's like the little emulators tab. To be honest with you, I wish this didn't have it. If you know how to take this off, I'm still a noob at this, so please show me how to take this off. I have like Star Rail and stuff. I guess it's good use for that, but I kind of want to clean it up. Like I don't need calendar in here and stuff. I like Star Rail, Moonlight, PX Play for remote play, Steam Link, Wuthering Waves. So I could do my dailies. And yeah, this is Emulation Station. As you can see, the device literally looks like a console. I guess I'll show you guys the games I do have. There's not many. I could go ahead and download like a ton, but I don't feel the need to. I don't want to overconsume. I like having games that I know that I would want to play and not flood myself with millions and decision paralyze myself. Let me change the theme just so it looks cooler. Yeah, you could change the theme as well, which I really like. You could see I'm in a new one. We'll start with GameCube. GameCube, I only have 3. Right now, there's 3 games I really want to play. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. I'm a huge survivor horror fan, and I've heard good things about this. I just heard about this game the other day, so I'm really hyped to give it a try. And then the next 2, they're coming to NSO, but I like the fact that this device is really small and I could play in bed. As you can see, it shows a little video of the game. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I've heard good things about this one too, and it's been on my backlog for a while. And Wind Waker. Who hasn't heard of this game? I love this game. I haven't played in a really long time, so I want to get into playing this. Next up is the Wii. Pretty standard stuff here too. Twilight Princess and the Metroid Prime trilogy. Now, this you do need a hacked version because it's the Wii. I'm still trying to figure that out. Again, I'm a noob, so if you know how to do this, please let me know. I don't want to play with gyros. Next up is the PlayStation. Dino Crisis. I don't know why I downloaded twice, but yeah. And then Resident Evil 2, Player's Disc. This came with the Dino Crisis download, and I was just you know what, screw it. I like Resident Evil. I'll keep it. And then probably my favorite PS1 game of all time. If you know, you know. This game literally created ravers. This game is amazing. If you haven't played it, go ahead and play it. It's so good. It's so fun. And yeah, I'll leave PS2 for a quick story. PSP. I have SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, which is probably one of, if not the best game to me. This is probably my childhood. My brother and I played this disc to its limit. I have it on every system. I just downloaded the PSP version when I'm feeling nostalgic and I want those controls. But I did that first because now I'm going to go to PS2. But when I have the most games on, I'll start from the top. I have a Dragon Quest 8, which I'm looking to play through first. I'm looking to play through Dragon Quest 8 before the 7 Reimagined comes out. I've always wanted to play this, and I love Dragon Quest, so yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm a survivor horror guy, so Haunting Ground is a game that I also heard of and I want to get into. And then Kuon. I'll just be honest, I sailed the seas for this one. There's no way I'm buying this game. It's almost $2,000. I'm good on that. There's no reason to pay that when I could just play here. And then more survivor horror. This is Fatal Frame, Crimson Butterfly. I had downloaded this initially, and then they announced the remake, which I'm here for. I'm here for it. Give it to me. I love Fatal Frame. This is peak horror right here. Give it to me. And I'm so excited. And then Ruler Bros, another survival horror game. I downloaded these besides Crimson Butterfly, when Crimson Butterfly was announced at the Switch Direct, I downloaded these 3 because they were recommended to me. And then Silent Hill 2. I still think this is better than the remake. There's just something about the original that's just... It's very nice to go back to. Not the most optimal way to play, but until I get the disc, yeah, I have it here. And then Star Ocean. I have a feeling they're going to revive this series, so I kind of want to go through all of them. And I've never played this, so I downloaded it. And of course, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. If you know, you know. Best gaming soundtrack ever. WWE, please give THQ the right back. Like, I need you. I need 2K to not make wrestling games anymore. And then more games I haven't played. Xenosaga Trilogy. These were heavily recommended to me, so yeah, I have them. And again, if you don't want to use Emulation Station because you're intimidated by how the download process works, you could always just close it and then open your emulators from here. Another thing I use it for is remote play, either through Steam Link or PC Link or Xbox Play app or this app called PX Play. And I'll be honest with you, the remote play on this is much better than the PS Portal, whatever it's called. I have one and like it's cool and all, but the form factor is way too big. It's such a big device, and I think that's my biggest issue with handhelds nowadays. They're too big, and I don't want this big of a device to remote play my game. This is a nice feeling console that I could just use while laying down or anywhere and just remote play to my PlayStation and play my games. One of my favorite things on this device, to be honest with you, is the retro achievements. It's something that I just got into, but I love achievements. I've always wanted to be an achievement hunter, but it's such a skill gap issue that I've never tried. But the idea of like wanting to extend these games' lives further and go and like have modern achievements for these games is super cool. And they're implemented into the device right away, which is awesome. A lot of emulators have a login system where you could just log into them and it works. So I recommend looking into that if you do get one of these, and yeah, try for achievements. Now, even after all this emulation stuff, I do want to clarify that I will always be physical first. However, if there's like a DRM-free way of playing these vintage games, I will do it. If you guys want me to explain how I dump my games into my computer so I have a way of playing these, just let me know and I'll help you guys out if you need help with that. I swear guys, I'm not just a pirate. I buy games too, as you can see behind me. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of saying this for YouTube. YouTube, I don't condone pirating. I could easily say that having this for about a month and giving myself time to unwind and kind of disconnect from modern gaming has really given me a better mindset in regards to how I want to approach games from here on out. Just recently, I've been starting to stream, and I'm streaming a playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima. And to be honest, rather than just getting through the story, I find myself appreciating the game design, the art, the music, the way characters move a lot more. And I really do think that has to do with playing like older games. We don't really know what we have until we lose it. And that's not to say anything about older games, but we all know those games have jank and slowness and stuff. So when you go from like a retro game to a new game, you really appreciate the art that they put into it. And it just makes the experience a lot better when you could kind of like slow your mind down and look and be like, oh, this is, you know, this is done that way and this is done this way. It's super cool. I really do recommend this item for anyone who's looking to go analog but is kind of afraid to give up tech. And I don't mean give up tech, I mean spending a ton of money on these older games that you don't really know you want to invest full time into. Emulation is a great way to get into that. I would say though, do your research on a device that fits you. Companies like Retroid and Ain have different products for different styles of emulation, and I do recommend, rather than just buying the most expensive, if you want to play like Game Boy games, get something cheap, but if you want to play like PS3, get ready to dish out some cash. One smaller thing before I finish, I completely forgot about it until now. If you do get one of these, get the grip. At first, I was gonna return this device because it didn't have a grip and the form factor was weird, but the grip, it feels so perfect in your hand that I can't recommend it anymore. It really has increased my time with this console. And that's really all I have for today. I just wanted to bring up my new little device that I'm having fun with and how I really got out of like my gaming slump. If you like this video, please leave a like and sub. I'm really trying to get to 500 subs by the end of the year. I'm almost there, I'm pushing for it, and I would really like your support. I've also been streaming. Follow me on my socials, which are down below, and you'll get a notification when I do go live, and just pop in and say hi. And yeah, for now, that's all. Thank you so much, and see you guys in the next one.